Hi, and welcome here to Ask Yvette. And we have a question about the secret behind beauty and glow in skin. Hi everyone, Yvette Rose here. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Yvette. I'm also the author and the founder of Metaphysical Anatomy, which is a big book of 679 medical ailments. And the book is also designed to help people to know and understand the psychosomatic stress behind their ailments. And this is for adults. And of course, we have a kids version too. And also remember, we have free weekly masterclasses that you can register at EVETTEROSE.com. And we also have the intuitive body workshops coming up that you can read the body like a book. We also have the intuitive body workshop where you can learn how to work with your guides, meet them, how to heal with them, find your own little healing modality within that as well, how to read animals and how to heal them as well. And then of course we have the Mat Level 1 course, which we teach you the technique behind how to release trauma very gracefully. It's also the research and the technique behind that big book as well. And guys, remember, if you bring 2 friends, you can come for free. So we had a really fun question here today. What's the secret of your beauty and your skin glow? Now, that's a really great question because I have to be really honest. I didn't always have this. This is something that kind of like progressively, as I started with my healing journey, and the more I started to actually work on my relationship with myself, I noticed a big shift in the hair quality, as well as my skin and just my overall appearance. It's almost like the shape of my face changed a little bit. It actually softened quite a lot from, if I had to look at some videos that I made maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago even, I feel like my face feels a lot softer, a lot gentler, even more feminine as well. And I think, to be honest with you guys, because a lot of you actually know my history, if you've read my book, Finding Your Own Voice, where I wrote a lot about the abuse that I went through, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. My dad was also, a drunk. He was an alcoholic and a self-medicated drug addict. He was a very difficult person to deal with. And being the only child didn't make it any better either. So one thing that I noticed, being too much in my masculine actually made the pores in my skin a lot wider. It's almost like the body is in such a defense that it is just absorbing and so overly sensitive to the sensors and what's going on in your environment. I noticed my hair was so brittle. It was very, very dry. And the reason for that is as well because there was so much cortisol, so much testosterone running through my system and through my body. It even messed around with my menstrual periods. Everything in my life was off regular base, and my thyroid was all over the place. And this is what stress can do. Stress can absolutely affect how a person feels. It can affect your skin tone. It can affect the quality of your hair. It can even affect the way that the shape of your face sometimes can be, contracted. You'll see a lot of people that have a lot of fear. There's a lot of stress and strain in them. They don't really smile a lot. Sometimes they have the mouth hangs just a little bit down. That's normally when a person has a lot of negative thoughts and they get stuck in these negative patterns and cycles. So I really had to learn how to mindfully, first of all, feel safe in my beauty. I absolutely hated my beauty. I associated beauty with someone who would be just cheap or not, it just have very low values and morals in life, because that is what I observed in South Africa when I grew up. I saw every woman that was beautiful was either cheating, they were messing around with married men, or they were flirting, and they were going through really underhanded ways to get, move up in their careers. So I didn't have a very positive association that first day. And also, of course, because of the abuse, just feeling all this abuse came to me because I was female. Women always get it bad. Women always are attacked. Women always have the underhand in everything. Women are always vulnerable. Women don't have a voice. They cannot speak up. They always have to cook and clean, and that's the life that they have. And so this was the mentality. And this mentality that I had projected through the cellular health and the cellular structure of my body. I noticed that the more happier I feel in my life, the more happier my face will actually show it. I'll find that my skin will actually have like a nice little natural oil on it as well. And I think that's also, maybe it's the glow that's probably just the natural oil that's on my skin. I love my coconut oil. I absolutely love it. So I put coconut oil on my skin. So that's a daily ritual that I love, absolutely love it. So when I wash my skin or my face, I put coconut oil on, and also at night. But of course, if you have an oily combination skin, you can do that, but wipe off the oil then afterwards. So you have like that just 5% layer of it. Now, the hair thing as well, omega-3 was the breakthrough for me. Omega-3. I love my vitamin E as well, but omega-3. And when I rinse my hair, I rinse it with bottled filtered water. Just a small little bottle, just that last bit. Once you're done, I rinse my hair with that. And I've noticed it makes a tremendous, tremendous difference, because places where I've lived have had a lot of calcium in the water and my hair looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm now here in Bali, so it's very humid. It just rained, so my hair is a little bit fuzzy, but it's soft. It feels soft and it feels shiny. It feels nice. It's workable. It's doable. But absolutely, salmon and fish oil made a very big difference for me. Now, I know some of you guys might be vegan, and so I'm a flexitarian. So if I love salmon and I love my fish oil tablets, and so for those of you who are vegan, there are tablets out there that can help you with hair, because the moment that you start moving into omega-6 and 9 and you have the combination, I find it doesn't have as much of a good effect. And also, if you already have a lot of inflammation in your body, it's going to show in your hair. It's absolutely going to show in your hair. And it's also shown that a lot of green vegetables, actually, like green smoothies, it can actually, a lot of people say that it combats inflammation. Well, guys, actually, it took the human body at least 5,000 years to adjust to eating vegetables and salad, right? So that says a lot. So the human body is still perceiving certain plant bases as inflammatory. So be mindful of the type of blood type that you also have and eat according to that. Also, just if you have inflammation, like I said, find fun and creative ways to get the body to cool down. I love my ice baths as well. Every week I go to the sauna, and then I go into an ice bath, and I do that 3 times. And it's fantastic for the vagus nerve. It's absolutely fantastic to reset the vagus nerve, it can calm it down. And then, of course, it also helps tremendously if you have inflammation in your body as well. Absolutely amazing. I cannot speak highly enough of it. And then I also love my turmeric juice. It's funny, I'm filming now, but I actually have my turmeric juice here right now. I absolutely love my turmeric juice. I have it every single day. And my activated charcoal, I love to use that to pull pollutants and toxins out of my gut so that it can come out instead of being reabsorbed back into my body. And that also has been a tremendously big breakthrough for me as well. But overall, when it comes to mental state, because your mental state reflects in your body, your hair, your skin, your beauty, and how people perceive you as well. If you feel good about yourself, then people can see that. They can actually see that. Now, that's the question. How is your relationship with yourself? Now, mine is not always perfect every day. Of course, I have my bad days, but I have to say it's 80% positive and then maybe 20% negative. And it took me quite a while to work towards that, because if you don't feel worthy, first of all, of being happy, then it's going to be hard to be happy and then find your sense of self and your sense of self-love within that as well. So I really drastically had to shift, heal, and change my association with love, number one, because my need for love was met with abuse. So I did not have a positive association with love. So what does that mean? Loving myself, meaning abusing myself, destroying myself, being self-destructive, self-harming habits. That's where it all started. And it was a very tough dynamic that I had with myself, starving myself, anorexia, bulimia when I was a teenager. It was tough. And most of you here listening right now will probably go like, yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Maybe you had phases of it as well. Maybe you had a friend that went through something like that. It's not the most fun period, but all these things can have a tremendously big impact. And my diet is fantastic. I do not malnourish myself. If I have an extra, layer of fat, or I can't get my pant, there's a little bit of a donut over the, the pants that I wear. Who gives a shit? I'm just so past that point in my life where that bothered me, where I had to move to this place of perfection, especially after having my daughter. My body looks different. It feels different. And I'm actually loving the fact that I can be okay with that. It's so nice. And you know what? I have so much energy, more energy free to myself to enjoy other things in life, because my focus is not always on perfectionism anymore. Because at the end of the day, perfectionism for what and who? Right? So this is where I would love to give that advice and what's worked for me, and especially with my hair and my skin, some things to think about. And thank you for the great question. And guys, until next time, be the light that you are. Thank you guys for joining me here. And also remember to subscribe to our math membership website. You can check out so much more. There's so many free healing courses there as well. Go to EVETTEROSE.com, see all the free masterclasses and events that we have coming up. There's always something happening on our platform. And we love to hear from you for the Ask Yvette episodes, also for the psychosomatic patterns that you would love for us to talk about, especially when it comes to these books, the research that's in it. And there's so much to be learned and so much to be shared as well. So I love your questions. Let us know what's on your mind. Let us know what you would love me to address as well. Life challenges, it's endless. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. And remember to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest videos that's coming out just for you. Until next time, be the light that you are.